this is lesson 3. I'm just redoing the little minor changes I made to, well, let me perform them again so you see exactly what I'm doing. Okay, so basically pulling back this wall in which the curtain's embedded, just cleaning it up a bit so that it, that reveals that transition. And here I'm doing the same. And finally, this third one. And then I'm going to take that segment above and drag it so that it meets the adjacent wall. So now we have the open, again, same here. I'll do it, I need to do that both ways. Dragging it this way, and then that way, so it meets that. So now we're looking at that in 3D. Obviously we need a ceiling above those openings, but I'm going to ignore that for now. This could get very detailed if you wanted it to become detailed. The sill, in the case of about the exterior wall, is actually the walls, the exterior wall of the building, and as we get inside here, there's a different treatment there, right? So I could divide, I would need to divide up into segments. Let's look at this drawing again. The picture, right? Right above here, there's a transom. So I'm going to say there's about a foot that we have to create a division across the top. And then there's about a 2-foot sill here, but we have to create it on the inside. Then we have to make that a door and that a door. So that's what we're going to do now. I could do this in an elevation view, or I could do it here in 3D. It's a little tricky to do in 3D. Let's look at what we have for elevation. We don't really have an orthogonal view except for this. So if we look at this elevation, which is the north elevation, it may not be exactly north. If I go to this view, I'll be looking at that this leftmost part of the wall in elevation. So I'm going to divide up. I'm going to go architecture, curtain grid. I'm going to create a transom at about a foot. All around. I think I can do this even though we're not orthogonal. Right? And then we need one, the height of the sill there, not the door. We'll skip the door. I can't really see what I'm doing here, so I'm going to have to go to the 3D view. I'm drawing a segment 2 feet. I'm going to skip the door. Do we need one on the inside? That no, that should do it, right? I can make the, I'm going to make them mullions. I'm going to go to the default architecture mullion. So when I select the grid lines, it turns these into mullions. Just selecting the ones I see. This is very coarse right now. It's not a terribly refined. We have one above the door. Not a terribly refined, and then we have vertical ones either side. No, maybe it wasn't so easy. You can do this a lot more carefully. I'm doing it with a view toward quickly. Then to make this curtain wall, we have to replace the panel with a curtain wall door. So let's load a curtain wall door. Load family, just in case we don't have a curtain wall. We need that's under doors. It's a little confusing. Single door curtain wall glass. Remember, in order to place it, we have to select the panel and use the type selector to replace that with a curtain wall door. There's the door. I don't know why this happens. That error is associated with the latest version of Revit. If you want the door handle to show, you have to change the detail level to fine. Okay? The door swing you can set in plan. Tab until you select the panel. There's the panel. Change it to curtain wall door. You get that error, you have to ignore it. I left out a couple mullions here, so let's... Not very pretty, but it that's the storefront. If you go to the plan view, level 1 plan, you can take the doors and swing them, reverse the swing, or do whatever. This door is actually swinging that way. We need to make that smaller. You get this error, you have to ignore it. And that's correct. So again, if we make the division smaller, we will get that. Okay? So if you want a quick and dirty view of what it's like to look out the first floor, you can do so by going view, 3D view, place the camera. We don't have anything above, so it's a little deceiving right now. We should probably model a ceiling. So I'm just going to copy the floor. Select element. I can select that floor, copy it to the clipboard, and paste aligned to selected levels. I'm going to paste that on level 2. So that'll be the ceiling of our space. And we do need a ceiling above the doorway, but we can ignore that for now. So this is saved out as {square lesson 3. It's about completing the storefront.